Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Ferrothorn. This is an update video for Ferrothorn as I have covered this before, but Ferrothorn did get access to, I believe, 2 new moves in the Isle of Armor update, which makes it a heck of a lot better. So, before we start the video, there is also another video that I did prior to the Isle of Armor update that you can go and check out. It'll be on a card up in the corner. I would recommend you check this out at the end of the video and just check out these sets first. And also, whilst I'm plugging other things, I'd recommend, please, or ask you to, I suppose, more than recommend, please do go down and subscribe to the channel and also like the video. It really helps me build up the channel. It really helps build up the standings, so it would be really appreciated. Now, jumping straight back into Ferrothorn, we have 3 sets today, 2 generic and 1 dynamax, and we're just going to jump straight in. The first set we have is probably a set that I've used quite a bit. I used this in Generation 6 a lot before we came to Generation 7, and I did again use this in Generation 7, so I have had some success with this set, and this is a curse set. Now, you don't have to have curse on this. You could always go for something along the lines of Stealth Rocks, or another kind of move to go for potentially, maybe even something like Superpower, I believe it gets access to. So there are other options that you do have here, but you can go for a Curse set. Now, Curse increases up the attack power by 1 stage and defense, and lowers down the speed stat by 1 stage, which can help you gradually build up your attack power and make the Gyro Ball more powerful. I've gone for leftovers on here. Now, you can go for a couple of other things, like you go for Life Orb, maybe even go for the Rocky Helmet as an option. The Rocky Helmet Iron Barbs double up is a really, really awesome thing. So if you get hit by a physical move that actually contacts you, the opponent loses a lot of health from the Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs combo, which works quite nicely. Other abilities that we have, or the other ability we have, is Anticipation. It basically shudders if there's a super effective or one-hit KO move. Now, this can be effective in some scenarios, but I think 99 times out of 100, you probably will want to run Iron Barbs on Ferrothorn. Other moves I've gone for Leech Seed. Now, Leech Seed can allow you just to get that little bit of extra health back at the end of every turn to make sure you're healing, because you probably will be taking some hits. But it also will potentially force your opponent to switch out, or it dwindles down that opposing Pokemon bit by bit, so maybe later on you can take it out with the Gyro Balls or another Pokemon. So Leech Seed, I find, just works really, really well as a utility move. And finally, I've gone for Power Whip. Strong Grass type attack. It's a variety of Pokemon. It's boosted by Stab, so that's the point there. EV's gone for max HP and max defense with a relaxed nature, so more defense, less speed, and 4 EVs in attack. You can always go for max attack and max HP with a brave nature if you want to. It's up to you what you go for, but I would say potentially Curse. With the Curse set, you might want to have that little bit of investment into your defense. Now, if you want to take off Curse and go for something like Body Press, or even take off one of the other moves and go for Body Press, then that is definitely a possibility, because obviously Curse raises up your defense as well. Moving on to our second set, we have focusing on that Body Press, as I just said. We've got the Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs combination. I've already explained that, so I won't go over that again. But this one is more of a supportive set in a way. So we've got Body Press. This is your main form of causing damage to the opposing Pokemon. Now, with a 397 defense stat, that is going to do a lot of damage to different Pokemon. And realistically, not many Pokemon hold moves that are going to lower down your defense. So you don't have to worry about things like Intimidate users lowering your attack. I have put Toxic on here. Now, Toxic is a transfer-only move, so you would have to transfer Toxic from a previous generation, or a Ferrothorn with Toxic already taught to it, sorry. Now, Toxic can work really well for things like setup sweepers. I find setup sweepers, either they won't have enough time to set up and they won't have the power to take out your team, or they will fully set up and not have enough time to take out your team. So that can work very nicely, and it also can break down walls on the opposing team as well. Knockoff as our third move. Now, again, this is a transfer-only move, but if you're going for the Toxic, why not go for the Knockoff as well? And Knockoff, absolutely fantastic. Get rid of items on the opposing team. I would recommend you do not go for Poltergeist with the Knockoff, because it just then limits the Pokemon that has Poltergeist as that attacking move and can cause problems for you. I've also put Leech Seed on here, which, as I explained, is a really fantastic utility move. EVs, there are a couple of ways of running this. So max HP, max defense with a Impish nature, so more defense, less special attack. Again, you can go for the minus speed with a relaxed if you want to. You've got max HP and max special defense as an option. If you're going for that, I'd recommend probably going for leftovers over Rocky Helmet. That would probably work better. Also, I'd recommend having a Pokemon that knows Will-O-Wisp in your team to go with Ferrothorn. I think that will work very, very nicely to allow for that kind of physical wall to take into more effectiveness. Moving on to our final Ferrothorn, we have a Dynamax set. So I've put leftovers on here, meaning you can live some different hits. You could go for the Fire Reducing Berry, you could go for Red Card, you could go for possibly even Room Service. If you're going for like a doubles Trick Room set, you could go for Choice Band, Life Orb, lots of different options. Again, Iron Barbs, as I explained, Iron Barbs is probably the ability you'll go for 99 times out of 100. Now, when you Dynamax, you are going to get access to Power Whip. Power Whip will set up the grassy terrain for you because the max overgrowth. And when you come out of Dynamax, you can then use Steel Roller, which is a strong stab steel type move, and that does destroy the terrain. So it can destroy the terrain, but it is a very, very powerful move. 130 base power there, obviously boosted by stab as well. Now, when you're Dynamax, that will also turn into Max Steel Spike, increasing up your defense stat, which can work very nicely with the Body Press there as well. And the Body Press works really well in raising up your attack stat, allowing for the Steel Roller, Power Whip, and Bulldoze to do more damage by increasing up your attack stat through Max Knuckle. And then Bulldoze does the same for your special defense, just allowing you to live more hits, essentially. EVs, a couple of ways of doing this. Max HP, Max Attack, Adamant Nature, or a Brave Nature. Max HP, Max Defense with Relaxed or Impish. You've got Max HP and Max Special Defense, which I believe is Sassy and or Careful. It's Careful or Calm. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But there are a couple of options that you can run there if you so wish. Anyways, that is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.